This is as far as it gets tonight, boys. The one I was trying to okay, well here we are again. I gave up looking for that part that I dropped yesterday. We're about to start a bit of freehand machining here, so we'll see. Using at the moment a solid carbide cutter. These are really great things. Tremendous depth of cut, and they cut at good speeds too. It's like cutting through butter, and I can assure you that is really hard steel. You can see there I'm taking about an 1/8 of an inch depth of cut with that. It's just flying on. Beautiful stuff. This is plain milling. Not recommended really for high-speed steel cutters. It's a nice easy way to break a cutter. But with this cutter, as you can see, it's handling quite well. A lot of vibration there. Never mind, we'll sort that out. Too deep. That's the first cut taken. Already you can see it's shaped like a rocker. But that's the first and probably the biggest cut to come off it. It doesn't take long, this sort of stuff, but you've got to have a good picture of the part you're making in your mind, so that you leave yourself, you don't machine yourself into a corner you can't machine yourself out of. So the next process will be to turn it upside down and gouge some of the metal out from between that large hole and the end to form the cup for the push. Here we are with the second cut. I don't know if you get a very good picture of that, but we're coming down, more or less cutting a slot down to the correct thickness for the cup. You can just see a strike line slightly to the right, and then there's a line that runs parallel to the vice jaw, indicates where the cup is. That's that one finished, and you can see it only took a few seconds. I'll turn the thing next so that we can do the next cut. Well, there we are. That's another cut done on this job. It looks doesn't look up to much at the moment, but you can see the shape taking place. If I take it out of the vise, you'll see. If it's not too hot to hold, that's not too bad. And there you go, you can see a kind of shape there that will be a rocker arm eventually. Well, you can if I focus on it. Where is it? There we are. Yep. Turn it up that way, and you can see this extension, this piece on the end here will become the extension for the valve lifter, and the cup hole will drill in here. That might be the next job, just depends. I'll see what I might do all the milling. In fact, I think that's what I'll do next, is radius these ends. It's quite interesting how you do this. For those that have never seen it done before, it's quite simple, but nice task to do. Okay, now we're on to the setup for the next phase of the job, which is to radius the ends of the end of the rocker. For you, those of you who have seen previous parts of this being made, you might recognise or you might remember the taper gauge I made for checking the taper of the bore on the rocker. Well, that is the same gauge, just with a thread cut on the end to act as a mount for the rotary table. It's set in a 4-jaw self-centering chuck on a 6-inch rotary, so we'll have a go at this and see what it comes out. Okay, I'll try and get some footage of this as it's being machined. It's not too easy to operate the nearly there, so we'll hold the camera, but here we go. This will take a cut, and another. Quite a lot of tool chatter there. That's just because I'm using very high speed and quite there's a large area of cut open to the cutter, and it's not a very rigid setup, to be honest. It's all depending on a little spindle under here in a tapered bore in the rotary, so it's kind of a bit of a loose setup, but it works. As you can see, that's the radius formed all around the outside of the rocker arm. I need to blend the straight sections in to form a tangent with that radius to tidy it up a bit before we go on to the next phase. So I'll stick those in the vise and mill them down till they're tangential to that rounded edge, and I'll show you the. Okay, well, here we are at the fitting bench. I decided to change of tactic because I would like to make sure that the taper's right on the shaft. So I had no option but to hand file the key slot, which you can just see here. It fits fine, and the rocker pulls onto the taper quite well. I think it pulls up with more or less the same position as the last one, but I'll find out when I put it into the rocker box cover, into the rocker box, and we'll see what it looks like in. As you can see, that's the rocker in position. There's very little movement there because there's a lot of excess metal on the stock piece. I put it in there to check that it fits on the shaft, which it does, but I'm trying to draw it up any further in case I do any harm. I'll have a job getting it out, and also to mark the position of the push rod end. I don't know if you can see that. It might be able to make out there's a centre pop there, just very hard to see. If I get it in the right light, you might just be able to see it. There we go. You can see the centre pop mark that I made. It's very light. What I'll do is take that off there now and then put it in the mill, and I'll put depression in there to suit the radius with a ball nose end mill. Okay, well, here we are, just about to spot the not the spot, but to pour the depression for the push rod with a 5/16 ball nose milling cutter. Take a look at that. Well, so far, as you can see, we've got well, I had to hand cut the keyway. I can't quite get the focus right on this. As you can see it better there. It fits fine. It's good. The key on the shaft is very, very short, very small, but I managed to get that quite nicely with a file. One of my skills as a fitter. Not too bad at all. Not too shabby, as they would say. With a component like this, there you can see the hole for the push rod. And if I take a push rod from over here, you can see a push rod fits in there just nicely, and there's a lovely, nice fit in there, so that's fine. Basically, a component like this, you just keep going on it. You worry it into submission. You just worry it to death, and eventually it turns out to do the job you want it to do and look quite reasonable. We're getting there. There's a good piece of extra metal on the end of here for the valve lifter, and I'll sort that out pretty soon. Once I thin this down and I get it into the box, the rocker box, and see where we're going from there.